This dinner is always a very special night for many of us, as those of you who've been here before can attest. This is the night when we gather to celebrate companies that are actually reshaping urban America. And you've heard a little bit about them already. This today is the day of the year when I am actually most optimistic about America. This is the day which makes it vividly clear that American capitalism and our market system can actually work for everyone if we just give it a chance. This is a day when I think for me it's vividly clear that these companies and this approach are the only way to truly address economic inequality in our society. The InterCity 100 awards are an annual affirmation of everything we believe in and stand for at the ICIC. This provides proof, if you will, that market-based thinking and a market-based approach in business development and the collective efforts of the business community working with other stakeholders can actually have a transformative effect on the areas of our society in the greatest need. The incredible thing about this evening and this year is that even as the country passes through an incredible period of economic stress, even as there's been a tremendous restructuring in the economy, entrepreneurship in the inner city remains strong. The companies on this year's list are thriving, even in a difficult economy. The companies on this year's list are optimistic about the future, and they're growing, and they're expecting to grow even further. And these are companies that are based and competing from an unlikely location that we wouldn't think would be a location that would support such results. Over the last 12 years, as we've been through this process, as you heard earlier, slightly over 600 companies have made the list. The average company on the list is 12 years old at this point. The average company, these are not new companies, they're companies that have matured, they're companies that have developed. The average size of the InterCity 100 this year is, the median actually, is $6.6 million. These are substantial companies. They have an average compound annual growth rate over the last 5 years of almost 40%, despite the fact that the last year has not been all that good an environment for growth. These companies have created thousands and thousands of jobs. These companies pay very high living wages. The average hourly wage is $15 an hour of the InterCity 100. The average salary employee is making $58,000 an hour. These are above the national averages for income. These are companies that pay livable wages. They provide health benefits, 96% of them. It's these companies and their success and their growth and their achievements that are actually reshaping the face of our urban communities, and we are here to celebrate them tonight. The companies on the InterCity 100 this year come from 58 different cities, and those cities are in 34 different states. We find these successful, growing inner-city companies all over America. The list of leaders of these companies and founders is the most diverse list of entrepreneurs that you'll ever see in America. We have a CEO here in the room from every conceivable ethnic and social group, or almost everyone. 17% of the companies are run by immigrants, 29% by children of immigrants, 1/3 of the companies are minority-owned, and a substantial percentage are also women-owned. This list personifies the fact that entrepreneurship in America is alive and well, and economic opportunity is available to everyone. If we can create the right conditions, if we can we can point the way, if we can point out the opportunity, if we can inspire others to take this path, we can truly achieve remarkable success throughout all aspects of our society. We are here tonight because all of us believe in the transformative power of free enterprise to make things better. And what's very striking about the CEOs that are here this evening from these companies is how this passion for enterprise actually has multiplier effects that are almost inconceivable. For example, you might be interested to know that 56%, almost 60% of the winning CEOs here this evening had a family member who ran his or her own business. So you can see the multiplier effects. You can see how one company begets more, and how one generation triggers success in the next and the next. And as this process can take hold in our urban communities, in our disadvantaged communities, we have a path forward. But we have a tremendous amount of work to do to create the conditions, to create the opportunity, to create the perceptions that will support such an activity. Most of you tonight have an Inner City 100 winner at your table. And I would urge you to hear their story, understand what they did, understand how they did it, understand the obstacles they faced, and that will, I think, give us all kind of a shared sense of purpose about what needs to be done. Tonight is the day, the night of the year when I feel the most optimistic about America.